Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about how I healed my femininity, my feminine energy, and how I got more in tune with that side of myself, because if you're clicking this video, you must be like a lot of women in like Western society. Like, we have just completely lost touch with like our feminine energy because our world is just so like focused and values masculine energy so much that we just learn to be in our masculine energy to just survive, to accomplish things, to succeed. Because also I will say that like a lot of women, they value their self-worth based on how much money they make and like based on external things, right? Like how much money they're making, how many sales they're getting, and that's actually the opposite of feminine energy. Like, so if there's one thing that you take from this video is, if you want to be in your feminine energy, like you have to completely get rid of the thought of feeling worthy and like valuable based on how much money you bring, how many sales you get, and honestly even your looks a little bit too, I will say that. But it's like feminine energy is all about being, it's not about doing. So if you were like me, I was completely like stuck in like doing and like accomplishing and all that stuff, and that's like the opposite of feminine energy, like literally the opposite. But I have like a list of things that I did and I want to share it with you guys. Yes, the number one thing: start being. Like, stop doing, start being more. That sounds vague, but like feminine energy is not a mental thing, it's just like a being, it's a state of existence. So for example, like a girl who like values her self-worth based on how much money she's making or how many sales she's getting, she's constantly gonna be like doing, right? Because that number, like, you have to work for that number. Like, it doesn't just exist inside you, right? So you're kind of constantly feel like on edge and like, oh my god, am I doing enough? I want to do more, I want to social climb. And a very wise woman once told me is that a lot of time people think that they have ambition, but their ambition is really masked for low self-worth, right? So it's like there's a difference. And like, honestly, having been on one side of the spectrum and now coming on the other side of the spectrum, I can tell when people just like use that. They have ambition, but it's really like masked as self-worth. And I can tell, I'm like, oh, I think this person is doing this because they don't feel worthy for who they are and like for existing, so they need to find some other way to validate themselves. And in Western culture, like, that's the number one or one of the top things that people use to validate themselves. And that's terrible for women. That's the opposite. But versus if you have another girl who literally doesn't use anything outside of her to validate her worth, like she doesn't use like money to validate her worth, she doesn't use looks or anything outside of herself, like she gets her worthiness, her sense of worthiness from who she is as a person. That's a state of being. Like, imagine how much more at peace you're gonna be with yourself, like when you have that as like your like underlying belief system. You're gonna feel so at peace with yourself and you can just relax. Imagine how these two women would just like walk through the world differently, how they would interact with the world differently, and like how much more at peace, like if you don't have anything like that's validating you externally, like you're allowed to just be. You don't have to perform for anyone. You don't have to perform for a man. You don't have to perform for a society. You don't have to put up a front. You don't have to gain your worth. Like, you don't have to work for that, which you don't. Society, like, people are lying to you, or like we're conditioned to think we have to work for our worth, but actually no, your worth is inherent. And the other thing that really helps, and that's so important, is like feeling your emotions. Oh my god, your emotions are like your superpower, or one of your superpowers as a woman, because it allows you to like feel the full spectrum of life, right? Like, it allows you to feel the full spectrum of life. And if you are able to like handle your emotions and master your emotions, you are going to feel so much more confident in yourself, because you know, like, you know that, okay, like if I'm going to like try something and I'm gonna fail, or if I'm gonna go through tough times, right? Because that's what life is, just ups and downs. Like, you're bound to go through some tough times, but a lot of times people hold themselves back because they're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle it if things go wrong, or if this happens, or if that happens, right? I'm gonna feel devastated. But if you already have the knowing and feeling of, and knowing how to handle the feeling of devastation, or the feelings of anger, or feelings of frustration, like really, really low vibrational like emotions, then you're gonna know how to handle it. You're like, what am I afraid of? I know how to handle these feelings. Like, that's fine. That's fine if shit hits the fan. This is fine if everything goes wrong and I feel like this low, because I know how to handle myself when I feel this low. And like the same thing, like The universe works in polarity. So when you're able to feel really, really low emotions and handle them and feel them and move them through your body, you're also able on the opposite side to feel yourself at like feel and handle really high emotions like joy and ecstasy and happiness. And it's like you can't dim one, like you can't lessen your pain or numb your anger or not feel your negative emotions, like the really extreme ones, without numbing like the happiness, because that's not how it works. That's so if you numb yourself, you're like, I don't want to feel my emotions, like this is uncomfortable for me, like I don't want to do this, you are like bringing the key or the range of the life that you're living in like this. When a woman, and honestly this is how men view the world, like their range of emotion is way smaller than a woman's range of emotion, and a woman's range of emotion is like this. So it's like if you're able to handle all of the negative emotions and like the positive emotions, like you can feel so much better in your life, like you can experience way more in your life. And it's like this is why like men need women, because it's men are here and they need us to bring them here. Like they like biologically can't feel their emotions as deeply as us. They're not as connected to their emotions as deeply as us, and they need like a woman's energy and a woman's presence to like bring them into their body and like help them feel more and feel their emotions more and feel happiness more and feel all these things they can't feel them by themselves. But so important, and it's so key to like master your emotions, because if you master your emotions, you master your life. Honestly, you master your emotions, you master your life. For me, I also had to like get used to like feeling my emotions, to be honest. And the things that helped me is like painting my like if I'm feeling sad or happy or angry, I'm like, you know what, like it's fine, like I'm gonna accept these emotions, even the negative ones, like I'm gonna accept the anger, I'm gonna accept the sadness, and I just like feel it. Like emotions just want to be felt, like it's just like a wave of energy, it just wants to be felt and it wants to be released. It doesn't want to be stuck with you. It's for my anger, I felt outlets for my rage, I found outlets for my sadness, whether that's journaling, and I literally journal like all of my emotions out. And the reason why that works, or like painting my emotions out, is because it's like literally imagine the anger is literally leaving your body like through your writing, because it's just an energy, and the energy, you're giving the energy like a place for it to like escape and a place for it to leave. I guess to my third point is like women are so creative. I was like, if you want to be more in your feminine energy, just start being more creative. Like that is like why we like exist on this earth. Like we are just like filled with creative energy, and we're like vessels for the divine. Literally, we're vessels for the divine. Like literally give birth to humans. Like we're literally a vessel from God into the physical world. Like that's crazy, that's so amazing. So we're just natural creators. We create babies, we create everything. We're just natural creators, and that's like a superpower. It is. Creating life is a superpower, and it's honestly underrated. All of these things clearly are underrated in society, but if you want to be more in tune with your feminine energy, like just start creating more. I was like, it doesn't even have to be big, it can be small, but like creativity like works with like momentum and flow. Like at first, you know, like at first you might feel a little bit stale, like I don't know like how to be creative, but as soon as you do a little bit and a little bit more the next day and a little bit more the next day, it's gonna feel like a wave of like energy, because that's how like creativity works. It's just an energy. You're gonna be in the flow of creativity, and when you're in the flow of creativity, you're in the flow of life itself. Because this is super spiritual, but like God, source in the universe wants us to create more, the universe to expand. So when everyone has ideas, like creative ideas or insights, or I should do this, we are not the ones who are coming up with these creative ideas. God is, and God wants creation to keep on existing and happening and to expanding. So the creative idea, or the idea, flows through God, through us, and it gets to be created. If you want to be creative, it doesn't even have to be artistically creative. Like it could be artistically creative, like painting or drawing, but it can also be cooking, it can be writing music, it can be anything. Like all these things are creative, as long as you're making something, you're creating something, you're in your creative energy. Another thing is to have more fun. This is a nice one. Having more fun and like going out and like playing and like being in joy, like that's also like super feminine energy. Feminine energy is playful, it's joyful, and it's like feminine energy can look different on every single type of woman. Like every single different woman has like a different like soul and a different energetic imprint. So it's like obviously your feminine energy will be different than that, but like that's one of the key I think traits or character traits of like feminine energy is just like being the ability to like have fun and enjoy things and play around. Like it's so fun. It's part of like the really high, like it's part of our emotional, like it's a part of our emotional capacity. Like we can reach really high levels of like really high levels of emotions like joy and ecstasy, like honestly easily. Like we can tap into that whenever we want. So, and like women, I just think thrive like in environments where they can have fun and they like what they do. Like it's just fulfilling for us. So I try to have fun, even if it means like dancing around like in my room, or like if you like to play like your favorite music like in your car, like do that. Like do whatever makes your heart sing, whatever makes you feel happy, like do that, and have like outlets for like your happiness and your fun and all of this stuff, because it will like fill you up. Like literally it will fill you up with joy. So I know that sounds like common sense, like it obviously it's gonna fill you up with joy, but literally it fills you up. Like you have to have, especially if you're a woman, to be in touch with your feminine energy. Like we're not like men. Like men could live in a house and it be empty and they just have like a mattress and a chair and like that's it, and they have two utensils and they would feel completely like satisfied with that. But I was like, women are the opposite. Women need stuff. Like we need stuff to be fulfilled. Like we need to have our house. Like we don't have houses, we have homes, and our homes are beautiful and they're filled with beautiful things, like ornate like candles and pillows and like candles, all these things. Like they fulfill us. So it's the same thing. Like we need to, like if you want to be more connected to your feminine energy, like put things in your life that fulfill you, like that make you feel like fun and happiness and fulfillment, because women need that. We can't just go to work, do our 9 to 5, come back and it just be dry like the whole entire day. Like that will suck the living soul out of you. And a lot of my friends in corporate America, this is what happens. Like they get their soul sucked out of that job because they don't like it. There's no joy in it, there's no passion in it, and we need that as women. Which this also kind of brings me to, this also kind of does bring me to my next point, about like joy, like, and like dancing, like, right, that's like a fun thing to do. My next point is that like women are just naturally connected to their body, right? Like we are not in our heads. Men are all the time in their heads and they're mental all the time, but women are in their bodies. So if you want to be more connected to your femininity, your feminine energy, you have to do things, not have to, you want to do things to just connect with your body more. Even if it's like dancing, that's a really good way to get out of your head, to just like get into your body, and it feels good to be like present. Like, do you ever notice when you're on your phones for so long, like, and obviously when you're on your phone, you're in your head the whole time, you're not present. Or if you're working, anyway, do you ever notice like when you're on your phone for so long, literally it feels painful. Like after like an hour or 2 hours, like it feels painful, you have a headache and you're like, oh my god, I need to do something else, because it doesn't feel good. And like when I learned to like not be addicted to my phone so much, and like even if I'm in line, I'm just present, like I'm not doing anything, I'm not on my phone, I'm just standing there and I'm being present. It feels so good. Like it feels so good to just be present, but we're just so used to like dissociating, and we're so used to like the comfort and the ease of like being entertained like all the time on our phone, and like the dopamine of like all the time being on our phone, that becomes the quote-unquote easier option, but it doesn't feel good. Like it's like coffee in the morning, like that's like coffee in the morning after you spending an all-nighter. Like it doesn't feel good, it feels fake. Like it's fake dopamine. It's like fake goodness. So like when you're actually present, like it feels so much better. It just takes a little bit of discipline to actually be you guys see me? Okay, like I was saying, like you might need a little bit of discipline in the beginning, but eventually like it feels so good to be present, and like you can do so many different things to just connect your body, like working out, but not doing really necessarily super intense like HIIT workout or Barry's workout, doing yoga, doing Pilates, doing barre, doing things that you can actually feel and like connect your body. So it's usually like more like low impact, like slower workouts where you can just connect yourself. And it can even be just stretching stretching. Sometimes I literally just stretch because I'm like, oh, I just want to connect to my body. And I used to be one of those people where, you know, you're just so stuck in your mind that you don't even realize how uncomfortable you are. Like if you're on your phone for so long, or you're on your computer for so long, and your energy is like in your neck up, you don't even realize how uncomfortable like your body is, how tense it is, because you're energetically not there. So it's about training your energy. Like if I ask you now, like where, like intuitively, like where is your energy being stored in your body? Like first thing that comes to your head. Okay, that's where your energy is being stored. So like just because your energy is stored there doesn't mean that it needs to stay there. It's just like a habit that your body learned, or it just felt like, oh, this is safe for my body to be like up here or in this area or in that area. But like feminine women, like most of their energies like is like in their sacral chakra, like it's in their legs, it's in their bottom. Like that's why we love like doing leg day. Like girls love doing leg day, men love doing arm day, because masculine energy is like up here, like arms and above, and then feminine energy is like the waist down. So it's like if your energy is in the waist down, you can even put your energy and your attention like the waist down. You're gonna feel more confident, you're gonna feel more at ease, you're gonna feel more feminine, because that's where our bodies, like our energy is naturally supposed to sit in our body, and it just has been conditioned to be in other places. But yeah, just by putting your attention and like naturally like, just kind of intending to like put your energy like in the bottom half of your body and like just connecting to your body, you're gonna feel way more feminine and like confident. Honestly, you're gonna feel confident. Trust me. And the last thing I'm gonna say is like feminine energy is also about like trusting. Like it's about not being a control freak, which honestly this is something I'm still working on, but it's about trust and like surrender and knowing that the universe has your back. And like when you're manifesting or when you're going through life, knowing you're not alone, like you're in partnership all the time, you're co-creating all the time, you're co-creating with the universe, you're in partnership with the universe, and like we are like receiving basically. So it's like you have to trust, oh, my manifestations are gonna work out, my life is gonna work out, like everything is happening for a reason, and just trying not to control so much, because it allows you to just surrender. And like one of my favorite things I ever read was this book, and he was talking about like the differences between trees and grass in a storm. During a thunderstorm, you would think like the trees that are standing nice and tall and they have these long big roots, like they are the ones who like survive this thunderstorm, right? It's a really strong thunderstorm and it's a lot of rain, but actually the trees, the really strong stiff trees, are the ones that end up breaking in a storm because they're not surrendering, versus the grass surrenders, it bends naturally, and it survives the thunderstorm. So sometimes you just got to learn how to bend and go with life and know that like someone else is like looking out for you. And like it's literally about creating a relationship with God, creating a relationship with source, the universe, whatever you want to call a higher being, but creating a relationship with a higher being and knowing, oh, you know what, something has my back, I'm not doing my life alone, like someone is like there providing for me, protecting for me, even if I can't see it, even if I can't see it in the 3D, but I know stuff is happening in the 5D, stuff is happening in the background, and that people are like, God is protecting me, source is protecting me, like I'm not just by myself. Like learning how to like live your life in that way and just like trust and let go is gonna help you feel more feminine, because the feminine women are supposed to be taken care of. How are you supposed to be taken care of if you're always like up someone's butt, or if you're always trying to control things, or you're trying to know things and you're trying to know every single detail? And I'm calling myself out too, actually, but like how are you supposed to do that? I was like, you're not going to be relaxing. It's about relaxing and receiving and trusting, like trusting that things are gonna like work out for you. And like you don't need to be like a hawk on everyone. You don't need to be a hawk on your life. You don't need to be so tense in your life. Like you don't need to feel like you're alone, because you're never alone. Even if you're physically alone, you're never alone. You always have like God, the universe, source behind you. And if you believe in like spirit guides and angels, you also have like your spirit guides and angels with you as well. You're never alone. Even if you're feeling like you're alone, you're not. So it's just about building like honestly like a spiritual relationship with like a higher being. Like that will help you feel like trust. And if you need to like every single day in the morning like speak to your higher, like to a higher being, and say, oh, this is what's happening in my day, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Or like if you're and at night, like literally speaking to God, source, the universe, oh, this is what happened, I did this today, I did that today. Do whatever you need to do to cultivate a relationship like with this higher being, with God, with source, with the universe, so that you just allow yourself to just feel more at peace and feel more relaxed, like in your life, in your being, in your body. And that's just like the ultimate form of like feminine energy, is like relaxation, honestly, and like receiving and trust. So those are all of my tips that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'm excited. I think I'm gonna try to do more YouTube videos, so I'll see you in the next one.